Okay, then. Right, it's time to introduce my next special guest on my show now. We have Alexis Strum on my show, chatting to me about her music and career and so on. Welcome to my show, Alexis. How are we doing today?
Pretty good, thank you.
That's
I'm
good to
coffeeed up.
hear.
I've had a lot of coffee today, so I am quite hyper.
Lovely. Oh, you can't beat a bit of coffee. Great. And it's an exciting time for you because you've got a new single out, and
Mhm.
simultaneously with that, you have a new album which is going to drop any day soon. So I just wanted to talk about your new single. It's called Outgrown, and it's an uplifting, catchy track. And do you feel this really kind of captures the sound that you're trying to create and the listener to kind of connect to?
Yeah, it's very upbeat. It's very much feels like it's my sound. I feel like I've definitely got my sound on this record, and Outgrown is very much like indicative of the rest of the album, I would say. Yeah,
Brilliant. And your new album, Swim, that's going to be released on the 19th of September.
that's correct. Yes, on Friday. So I'm just kind of in that slightly excited, slightly apprehensive mode at the moment.
And has it been a long time coming, this album? Have you put like a lot of dedication into it to get it out?
Yeah, I'd have to say it was pretty easy to make, like in terms of getting the songs together. Um, Everything that I wrote for this album has made the album. So I was really focused about what I wanted. And I think because I'm older now, I know exactly what I'm after and what sound I'm after. So when I go into the studio, I don't waste time. I don't waste time with anyone. And I appreciate that, a lot of the time people are writing with me and they have day jobs and they have other things to do. So we all have to be really focused and make the best of every session. So yeah, I've been super dedicated to it, but obviously I have a life, I have a child and other very unpop starry things that you have in the background of pop star life. So it's just balancing all of that really.
Sure thing. And the Outgrown is a follow-up from a new your another new single which has been out for just a short while called Everybody as well. And now this one means is quite close to your heart.
Yeah, it's about being single in a world where like it's kind of threatening and scary when someone's single, and there's still a hierarchy to the world where um I can have all the biggest achievements in the world, but if I haven't got a partner, I'm in some way lesser. So it's really just kind of flipping that on its head by singing about it and making it into something silly. But really, it's to kind of say to everyone, actually, does it make me lesser because I'm single? I don't think so. So it's just to really open the debate, I suppose. You know.
And can I ask, are you an independent artist? And if so, what do you like about that aspect of it?
Yeah, great question. So I am an independent artist now. I used to be a major label artist. Been signed to Warner, Universal, Sony, Ministry of Sound. Now I have my own label, which is called Strum Records, but it goes through Absolute. So Absolute are like a digital distribution company, and they have artists like Alison Goldfrapp, Busted. Uh, oh my God, like they've got so many big artists now. Um, and that's the way that the industry's going. So I'm part of the new, I feel like I'm part of this new iteration of the music business where you can be an independent artist but still have the support of like another arm. Do you know what I mean?
And with your album Swim, it's actually your
Mhm.
third album as well. That's an achievement.
Yeah, I didn't really intend to make three albums or even one. It's just I haven't really got a plan behind it, or I'll be honest with you. It just it just felt like it was the right thing to do at this moment. It might be my last album. It might be the first of like another few. The next one might be acoustic. I have no idea. And I like that I have no idea. I don't think you should really plan these things. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Sure. And what do you like about like the music industry in that sense, where you never know what's around the corner, the
I
highs and
think it's
lows?
one, yeah, no, it's wonderful. Of course, there's highs and lows, but I think the music business is really democratic now and that anyone has a shot. And Lizzo last week made a really fantastic post about how it's anyone's game now. You know, even major label artists, they can't compete with the algorithm of TikTok and Spotify. Um, so anyone could be big at any day. I might release a song now, like we were talking about Outgrown or Everybody, that in 2 years' time someone uses on a TikTok and it just becomes massive. And I have no control over that, but that's quite wonderful. So the reason that I've made the album is really to set up something for the future. It's not all about release day and selling a number of albums or anything like that. It's about the opportunities that can come with that in the future.
That's all good then. And who are your musical influences over the years?
Oof, it changes all the time, doesn't it? Because I suppose I'm always finding new artists. And at the moment, I really love Samba. I've been listening to a lot of Samba. I suppose influence-wise, people like Annie Lennox, Bruce Springsteen, um, Lady Gaga, David Bowie, individual artists. That would be my inspiration art, really individual artists who have their own sound and really sort of wrote the book for other people to kind of follow, I would say.
And you personally described your kind of sound as signature,
Yeah,
which
so
is
it's like
uplifting melancholy. That's interesting. A bit of both extremes there.
yeah, so I like to call it upliftingly melancholy music because I think, like a lot of artists actually, it's just about the rough with the smooth. And I have another term for my music, which is Glock pop, because there's a lot of glockenspiel on this album. So I'm hoping that I can become the face of Glock pop around the world, and it becomes like this big movement in music.
Yeah, bring back the Glock. I used to love banging that in primary school
Oh,
lessons. Wow, you're taking me back
totally.
there. And this is fantastic. You've also written for other major pop names, including Rachel Stevens and the Thrill Seekers as well. What do you like about that aspect as well?
I think getting into a character. So, like as professionally, I've worked as an actor as well, and I really like sort of trying to be somebody else. And writing songs for someone is the same thing. It's the same part of your brain. So you're trying to imagine what it's like to be someone else, and I enjoy that. It's nice to escape from being yourself as an artist sometimes. So it's just another string to my bow, really.
Lovely. And your music as well featured in, television as well.
Mm.
Um, and do you like that avenue as well to explore there?
Yeah, I think what I would really like to manifest is the next Bridget Jones film is having Swim or one of my, really sort of like upliftingly melancholy songs on that. A big rom-com to use my song. That would be amazing. So let's put that into the universe. Woo!
And a couple of years ago, you released an album called Cocoon as well.
Yes, so that was an album I recorded about 20 years ago, and it took me a while to get to get it out. It should have come out in 2006 with Universal Records, and then I ended up getting dropped. So I just forgot about music for 15 years, and then in 2023 I asked them for my masters back, and they gave me my masters back, so I could finally release it. But all that time, if you can imagine, I didn't have any music on Spotify. So whatever streams I have now, I often sit there and think, God, can you imagine how many I would have had if I'd had my music on Spotify for the last 20 years? Um, so yeah, it's been interesting to sort of see the response to that. But I finally got it out 2 years ago, and it was really, really loved, and people were so supportive about it, which is great.
Lovely. Cocoon there. So would you say it's one from the vaults which has finally been set free?
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you've also featured on like local radio, national radio, TV shows as well. What's it like, hearing feedback, from the general public, when you're doing these things?
It's just been amazing because I think for 15 years when I didn't do music and I walked away from everything, I just assumed nobody knew who I was and no one had ever heard my stuff and no one liked it. So when I started putting myself out there and I wrote a Twitter thread or an X thread that went viral, and that was how I got back into making music again. But when I heard that people would really like my music and I had loads of fans and supporters, particularly in the LGBTQ plus community, who had listened to my stuff all this time. it was so incredible. I can't really put that into words because it felt like a vindication, you know. So I'm really tapped into my community. I've got a really lovely community actually, and throughout lockdown, I used to do Twitch streaming, um, and made a really big community from there as well, who didn't really know me as a musical artist, but they've followed me since then and now listen to my music and really like that. So it's great actually.
And you do a bit of TikTok as well, where the viewer can see, like behind the scenes as well of what you do.
Yeah, I like to share that because I think I'm interested in that in other artists, and I like to share why songs came about and how they come about, and really focus a little bit more on the artistry of things rather than doing silly things for TikTok views. I prefer not to. I mean, I've done that in the past, and I've made comedy stuff on TikTok that does get a lot of views, but it's kind of like a bit nonsensy. I want to be authentic and true to myself and talk about things that actually matter to me now.
And alongside singing and songwriting, you do playwriting and comedy writing as well.
Yeah, I've had a really interesting writing career. So I write across formats. So I also do some journalism. I sometimes write columns for The Independent or Metro. I've written plays. I've had plays on at the Arcola in London, Theatre Royal Stratford East. And I've written for TV. I've written sketches as well for TV and online. And I find that it's whatever inspires me, and I have to write. I have no choice. I like have to, otherwise I feel really frustrated. So songwriting is just another part of that. It's just another way of getting the stories across, really.
That's great that you're in the Metro as well, one of my favourite publications, because I don't drive or if
Ah,
I'm always on public transport because you can just pick up a copy and it's free.
yeah, they've been amazing. Like there's a journalist there, Danny Scott, as well, who's like a really big fan of my music, and she's given me lots of exposure on there. And I've written my own stuff as well in the Metro. So they've always been really supportive. And I think back in lockdown again, I wrote an article for Metro about my lockdown bubble because I was in a bubble with my mum, my dad, and my daughter. And that was the first time I wrote an article actually, and it was about that way before I was back doing music again. So yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like the different stories that you have suit different things. You know, the love and the sadness and the all those kinds of feelings suit songs, and then the bigger life experiences seem to suit plays and articles. So I think I will always do all of the above. And I'm supposed to be writing a book as well, but I haven't had the time to focus on that.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. And I wanted to ask about your involvement with the Alzheimer's Society, because I know that means a lot to you. You do a lot of charity raising as well and various events.
Yes, so I've done a few things for them this year. I did the song Swim was a collaboration with them. So we took in donations for Alzheimer's Society. It went straight to the charity. Then I've done a swim for them, which was a 5 mile swim, and then I'm doing a sponsored walk for them next month. And it's been really important for me to do that because my mum has Alzheimer's. So I'm doing it to raise awareness and also like kind of in my mum's honour. And so the song Swim and the album is called Swim are very much about that part of my life and, the experience of having a loved one with Alzheimer's. So I just wanted to work with the charity so that I can get the story out there a bit more powerfully than I could on my own. It just amplifies the story. And I'll continue to do stuff with them as well. Into the future because it feels worthwhile to do and it gives me purpose. So
That's
yeah,
very
it's really good.
noble. And finally, where's best for people to follow you on social media like Instagram, YouTube? Of course, you mentioned TikTok, and if you've got an official website, please share.
Yeah, of course, thank you. So I just pimped up my website, so it's got everything on there now. You can get tickets for gigs, you can buy the album and all of that stuff. That's alexisstrum.com. And TikTok, Alexis Strum Official, and Instagram, Alexis Strum. And then I think that's pretty much that's the best places to find me. I don't know if people will go on X so much. Do you go on there
I
much? I
used to.
don't
I've
know.
still got my old account, but I was thinking about deactivating it. But I thought, yeah, I'll leave it on there because there's a lot of
Yeah.
memories on there I like to look back on just in case.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And you say you're hitting the road as well. You're going on tour, are you?
I'm doing a little mini record store tour in actually starts on Friday. I'm doing Banquet Records, Hey Joe Records, Deal Radio and Record Store. And then I will be doing more gigs like as and when they come in. And I might be doing a Christmas single, but I
Brilliant.
haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah, as you mentioned, all the dates are on your official website there, and your new
Yes.
album is out in 19th of September called Swim, and you got your single out today called Outgrown, which we can play on my show as well.
Amazing. Thank
Brilliant.
you.
You're welcome, and lovely speaking with you, Alexis. All the very best with in what you
You
do.
too.
Okay.
Thanks, darling. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Take care.